Shalom, Yashar Allah. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and the only begotten Son in their proper names, in the Holy Spirit of truth, called Halayim La, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Ha Rakah Kodash, Ma Amath. This is Mazan Ban Yashar Allah coming out of the Lion's Den camp of Yashar Allah, located in Jacksonville, Florida. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. My elder, Ahirawan Ban Yashar Allah of this camp as well. Salutations to the Akim out there around the four corners of the earth, preaching this truth and sincerity, and also the few Akwaf Yem and children that believe in spirit and in truth as well. Today I have a quick brief topic. It's an impromptu, nothing really planned. It's going to be going off this background right here, and it reads, I am responsible for what I say, not for what you understand. And that's how it is when we out on them highways and byways or our everyday walk, man. If we want to tell someone about this truth, because if you start going into it with some of our people, man, they'll start, oh, I don't believe that. I'm saying, oh, you preaching hate, or this, that, and the third. But really what we preaching is the doctrine of peace, man. We ain't out there preaching that we gonna go out there, get guns, and go kill the so-called Caucasian race or any other heathen nation that ever stood up against us. We don't preach things like that, man. We don't preach, the things that the KKK have done, the things that the so-called Caucasian race have done as a whole. We don't go out there and spew, hatred and go out there and act on it, man. We go out there and simply quote the hatred of a nation, man, which is the so-called Caucasian race, which are the Edomites of the Bible. We basically go out there and quote exactly what the scriptures say. And that's what 2/3 of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? And when they find out, it's gonna be too late, cause shit gonna hit the fan, man. And the prophets are no longer gonna be out there on those highways and byways, crying in the street, cause that's what wisdom is, crying, man, in the street. And the ones that, obtained that wisdom is Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, his hopeful elect, man. His 144,000 men that he has around the four corners of the earth. And you seeing that, the tabernacle of David being rebuilt right before y'all eyes, and New Jerusalem, being built. Each brother is a brick, man. And they're gonna be New Jerusalem once Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai calls them up, man. Lord willing, I be part of that number. All right. So, hey, that it is what it is, man. That's why, our apostles and elders let us know if a nigga can't get it, we moving on. You know what I'm saying? And they let us know, many, many lessons that don't cast our pearls before swine, man. And don't give what's holy unto the dogs. My elder, Ahirawan Ban Yashar Allah of the Lion's Den camp of Yashar Allah, he let us know that as well, man. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of scriptures I can think of, when I look at this background, man. Because, hey, this right here, is a good saying, man. Because, hey, we are only responsible for what we say, but not what the people understand, because the holy is going to understand, as the scriptures say. The righteous is going to understand, but none of the wicked, they're not going to understand, man. They're going to scoff or mock at this truth, man, because it's going to be way beyond what they can believe, man, way for what they look for, as it says in the book of Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, man, when they're going to be astonished at the strangeness of our salvation, man. Because it's way beyond what our people can grasp, man. It's way beyond what these Edomites can grasp too, the so-called Caucasian race and all these other heathen nations, man, that's outside of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's just 2/3 of our people are playing the fool right now, man. You know, they being the harlot. You know, fornicating with these women, these different harlots. You know, meaning these scriptures, man. Not these scriptures, but these shalaki. Not these scriptures, but these different philosophies. And these scriptures is what they need to be into. All right, let's get these scriptures. I'm gonna start with the book of St. Matthew, chapter 12, in verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak of, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. So every idle word a man speak, he got to give a account for that in the day of judgment, man. So you have to be careful what you speak, man, before Yahweh Ba'ashin Yahushai. That's why you have to keep your foot when you come to the house of the Lord, man. You know, for the people that's coming up to us, also Akim, us on the other side, we have to keep our foot as well. Make sure we ain't stepping on one another's toes. Make sure we ain't speaking out of turn. You know what I'm saying? One have to speak at a time. You know, everything done to charity and edifying. You know, and Yahweh Ba'ashin Yahushai doesn't dwell in the midst of confusion, man. So if a whole bunch of brothers are blurting out stuff, that's nothing but confusion, man. You know, so we have to, you know what I'm saying, be patient, man. You know, speak one at a time. Hold thy tongue. A wise man holdeth his tongue, you know what I'm saying, knowing his time. As it say in the book of Sirach, also in the book of Proverbs, the books of wisdom. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. So by the words you're going to be justified, or by your words you shall be condemned. 2/3 of our people, they already showing you the words that you can say to be condemned. They the example of that, man. You know. And there also are the ones that were already predestined to receive salvation, that's out there speaking wholesome words, and they're going to be justified within that, man. You know, that's why the book of Revelation said these are the ones that was found with no guile. Meaning no defiled thing can ever come from them, man, come out of them. All right, now let's get another precept. All right, it's going to be coming out of the book of St. John, chapter 15, verse 16. No, I think it's 16 and 15. No, 17 and 15. Bear with me. Here it goes, 15 and 18, Shalaki. This is the book of St. John, chapter 15, and verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hate of you. You know, the point is in verse 20. You know, I just brought this out just to make the point that, hey, that's why that's why the masses don't understand our sayings, man. That's why they don't understand the doctrine that we have, you know, that we obtain, you know what I'm saying, through our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, starting at Apostle Tahar on down, man. You know, they bear the Urim and the Thummim. You know, and that doctrine that they have is like feathers and iron unto the wicked, man. You know, it's like, you know what I'm saying, this doctrine is, they act like it's putting them back in bondage. But this is the doctrine of peace, letting us know that Yahweh Ba'ashin Yahushai is going to pay back our enemies and make them our footstool, as he said, man. You know, he's going to keep all his promises, as the rainbow's supposed to represent him keeping the promise of the second death being by the way of fire and not water again, man. And you know what I'm saying? He also going to keep his promise that he made between Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. You know, he's going to keep it. And his people are still here. And they're going by bywords and proverbs today. You know, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, you have to turn back to your nationality. You know, and seek the Father. Once you return, you got to seek the Father 10 times more, man. You know, you got to really dive in this thing. Get caught up, man. Study thyself approval, man. Because that's one of the biggest things we have to do. Because we have to rightly divide this word of truth. You know. That's why I chose that background. We are responsible for what we say. That's it, man. We're not responsible for what the people understand. You know, so we don't have to dumb nothing down to try to get them to understand. You know, the message is for who it's for, man. That's why he told us to go to the highways and byways that his house may be filled, man. Feed his lost sheep. You know, he made us fishermen of men, and we got to cast that line out in the sea of people, you know what I'm saying, and reel those fish in that we catch. We can't worry about who's a catfish. You know, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to reveal that, you know, but we have to catch those fish, man. We have to reel and bring many in as we can. That's our job. That's what we set up to do. All right. And the world has hated us just like as it hated Yahushua, man, because he had the same doctrine. You know, he spoke the same things. And we took hold of wholesome words, man. Verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you, Shalaki. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. Khan, you know what I'm saying? And this is the Lord, man. He said if they kept his sayings, they'll keep ours also. You know, because we are keeping the same sayings that he had, man. You know, as I said, we gave those the attention, you know what I'm saying, to wholesome words, man. And we studied within that. We stayed to the roots. We stick to the roots, man, which is the scriptures. You know, if anything else ain't connected to the scriptures, which is the roots, we don't deal with it, man. We throw it out. And that's what all these other you know what I'm saying, beliefs and doctrines of devils is, man. They don't have no foundation, man. You know, they built their foundation on sand, man. Just like these religions do as well. They build their foundation on sand. You know what I'm saying? And they don't worry about that solid foundation, that, you know what I'm saying, that rock, which is our Lord Yahushua, man. You know, and if you build your house on top of that solid foundation, it'll never fall, man. Just like that one wise, I believe it, you know, the one wise scribe and Pharisee, you know, he basically was telling, you know what I'm saying, all the other wicked ones, hey, you know what I'm saying, with Peter and the apostles and the other apostles, you know what I'm saying, when they was preaching the word, you know, and declaring Yahushua's name, they say he said, he was basically like, hey, these men, you know what I'm saying, if we persecute these men and they come out to be righteous, we'll find ourselves fighting against Yahweh, man. And that's what 2/3 of our people are doing in all these heathen nations. They fighting against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's chosen ones, man. And they still persecuting the Lord to this day. You know, by doing what they do unto his people. And still, you know what I'm saying, and still putting up those images, man. They're idols. That's why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said, hey, once he return, when Yahushai returns, you know, everything that the thief has stolen is going to be caught in his hand, man. Right along with the Lord's, you know what I'm saying, jewels, his treasure, which is his people. All right, let's get this precept. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39, and verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. His ways are plain unto the holy, and they are stumbling blocks unto the wicked. That's why they can't understand that Joseph and Mary had sex. You know, that's why they can't understand that with the arrow of temptation is, you know what I'm saying, the MOTB, which is that Karabma, man. They don't understand that. You know, they don't understand the mystery of the Gentiles, man. They don't understand that John 3:16, that word world right there means cosmos, which means an orderly arrangement, man. And he orderly arranged to save the children of Israel, man, as a whole. You know, it's just 2/3 are going to get destroyed on this side with their father, the devil, you know, the so-called Caucasian race, with all these other heathen nations. Mainly the so-called Caucasian race, because they took the punishment of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans too far. They tried to commit genocide against us, man. The same perpetual hatred, the ancient hatred, man, that lasts for generations and generations, a lifetime, man, that you can see that they still have. You know, the doctrine, man, you know, as a whole, man. That's why 2/3 of the nation of Israel can't understand it, man. It's a stumbling block unto them. And also, these heathen nations, they don't have anything to do with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai statutes or commandments, so they shouldn't even be in their mouth. All these other nations that's outside of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And you, within that, you also got to understand we have a spectral bird, meaning there's going to be Israelites coming in looking like all types of different nations because we've been scattered abroad amongst them, man. You know, you have to understand these things, and that's a stumbling block unto majority, the masses of our people, man. They can't understand these things, you know, and they can't understand that we don't supposed to rise up like the KKK did within the Black Panthers, because that's basically what the Black Panthers did, man. That's the form of, you know what I'm saying, our form of the KKK. That's basically what they did, man. They basically was about violence, man. You know, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is gonna commit all the violence, man. You know, vengeance belongeth to him. You know, he has first dibs on putting his hand on these nations, man, and also 2/3 of his own people. You know, and that's what it is in a nutshell, man. That's why 2/3 of our people don't understand, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai blinded the eyes of them. You know, like I went into, you know, the last lesson I did. You know, Israel have not attained what he seeketh for, but the elect have attained it, and the rest were blinded, man. You know, it's all about predestination, man. Some was preordained to reap salvation, and some was preordained to reap destruction, man. You know, 2/3 of our people got to reap that same destruction, but in all, they're gonna be saved, man, as the scripture says. You know, all Israel should be saved. It's just, you know, some gonna be saved, you know what I'm saying, from the said perils, and some are gonna be saved through them said perils, you know, because they got to be saved from themselves. They got to get destroyed, man. So therefore, they can be born in the kingdom in their right mind, because the kingdom of heaven is gonna be right here on the planet Earth, man. So with that being said, I pray and hope that this lesson was edifying and to serve a purpose for the hopeful elect out there listening. You know, shalom to the next lesson.